Now today, Signor Onkyo needs a bit of a restoration. It's feeling like summer and I am loving it, despite having to use my soldering smoke fume kind of dissipator as a fan. Right, so as I was saying, I noticed a bit of, only when recording every now and then, I noticed a bit of wow and flutter with this. And yeah, that just annoyed the freak out of me. I mean, I thought this was direct drive, 3-head direct drive, but it's got a belt, so it's technically not direct drive if you think about it. Doesn't direct drive mean that it's directly connected to the motor? I don't know. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something. So anyway, I was kind of in a bit of a dilemma because I was thought, how the freak am I going to replace the belt on this thing? Look inside this thing here, and how the frick does one get in there? So I decided to search for the service manual for this, so at least it'll have some information in there to disassemble. And after going through like 6 results on the search engine, all 6 asking me to pay around $4.99, a little more, some of them, for the service manual, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. These things should be free, since this technology is like 70s. I managed to find a service manual for free. And of course I quickly looked into it because I was curious on how the freak to change these belts and how to disassemble this thing. And there was only 1 page on it, which was this. Yeah, that helps a lot, doesn't it? So basically I spent a while sitting here just looking at this thing, wondering how the freak to get in. Now, if I couldn't get in, then the purchase of the genuine Onkyo TA-2060 belts was simply in vain. And yeah, that's not acceptable. I mean, there must be a freaking simpler way to get in here. Not only that, this is my favorite deck, and I don't want to be in a position where I cannot put it back together, so that was the risk. I hate dealing with mechanisms. Then suddenly I noticed some screws tucked away. I guess sitting and gazing at things for ages does work after all. So I decided to get a bit brave and disassemble the door mechanism here. And when I took this back plate off here like that, yay! The belt's exposed. Now these belts here, which I have, the new ones, are specifically for the Onkyo TA-2060. So, you know, I haven't used any substitutes or anything like this. So I just thought, you know, let's just get the proper one since it's, you know, my very special cassette deck. It's just amazing. So let's put these on. So you can see here the belt is turning this wheel here, which seems to have some detector on the side. Figuring it measures its speed. Maybe it's like speed regulation. Okay, so the one on the left is the old belt, the one on the right is the new belt. This one seems to be misshapen. Elasticity is a bit, it's alright, still would have gone, but you know, the shape is a bit, This one, I'm not gonna like pull it, stretch it and stuff. I don't want to damage it, since it's a specific part. feed it into the groove there. I just noticed this dark patch here where the belt is. That's from the belt. How strange. Let me just take that new belt out for a moment and see if I can clean this up with IPA. The freak has caused that? The belt can't heat up to the point of doing that. It's weird. It's probably dust from the belt that's just standard or something. More or less clean. Okay, let's get the new belt. Feed it through here and hook it onto that counter spindle into the groove. And great, I've just got Madonna's Into the Groove song stuck in my head now. The old belt, yeah, I mean, it's alright still, but it's the deformed. You know, the older belts, you can see the shape is just deformed. That's why wow and flutter is caused by this. You straighten it out. The elasticity is it's a bit stiff. Eventually that's gonna stiffen up and crumble or just like turn into goo. Okay, so let's put this back together and test everything, see if everything's good. To put the door back in. I mean, it's impossible, but... that is actually broken. There's that piston thing, whatever it is there, that's supposed to come out smoothly, but that piston, whatever the freaking thing is broken. So there's nothing I can do about that. I've tried adjusting it, tightening it up as much as it'll go, but it just doesn't. So anyway, I mean, it's an old system. But anyway, that's not everything. The fact is that this is absolutely amazing recorder. So, let's test it now. Okay, so metal tape, why not? Let's select it. Nice! This is working very well. On the other side. Oh, my favorite. I adore this remix. So yeah, it's all working beautifully. Oh, this one gives me the feels. It really does. Well, it's working beautifully. Right, so time to geek out and test some recordings. And I have to say, I did promise a couple of my friends some cassettes, you know, with my recordings on them. And this is the exact reason why I haven't done them yet, because the Onkyo cassette deck was not ready. It just had that wow and flutter, and it just bugged me. I couldn't use anything else to record because this was the best. And yeah, please forgive me for the huge delays. And there's no excuse, really. There's no excuse. I just got, you know, overwhelmed with projects. Let's record on this Thoughts cassette. Powering it on would help. Right, so first thing I want to do is record play and the bias. Set that. Yeah, I'm not gonna, like, you know, keep that on because it's not pleasant. Right, so the low frequency and a high frequency. You're supposed to equal them out, so let's adjust the bias until there's not much difference, or little difference is possible between the high frequency and the low frequency. It seems like it's almost staying still on both, you know, so then you're done. That's calibrated to just that cassette. Let's stop recording. Basically, what's happening is with the calibration, you're sending a high-pitched signal, high-frequency signal, and a low-frequency signal onto the cassette. You're recording them and playing them back at the same time. It's a 3-head, so, you know, one head is recording, the other head is playing at the same as it's recording. So the tape goes, it records, and then it plays instantly. So you're getting the sound feedback. The sound that you're hearing is from the tape itself. So that's what I was doing with the calibration. I was adjusting it so that they sound equal on the cassette. You know, that's the beauty of 3-head cassette recorders. I mean, some of them have, you know, the later, more fancier ones have the automatic calibration, but this is manual, and, you know, I'm happy with that. Way happy with that. So let's do a first recording. Let's see. Okay, this is connected to the from the line out on the mini disc to the recording. It's gonna be more Amiga remixes, of course. Copyright and all that. Let's set that. Adjust the recording level so it's all good. Recording. Actually, I'm tempted to record with Dolby HX. Let's do that. So all of a sudden put HX on. And I wouldn't normally change it while I'm recording. Actually, we could tell what the difference is if I can. Right, so you're hearing this now from the source, from the mini disc. Now if I press this, you'll be hearing it real time from the tape. That's a pretty decent freaking recording, if you ask me. You know something? Let me connect this directly to your ears, and then you can hear. Now you tell me, is that a freaking great recording or what? It literally sounds almost identical to the source, because I was switching between the source and the tape. And this is only on a chrome cassette. Imagine on a metal. And I'm so glad that it records well now without any wow and flutter. And yes, this is the very same FATS cassette that got chewed up by that Sony Walkman. And later on, when I was fixing the Walkman, a few of you were saying, were mourning the cassette, saying shame about the cassette, so forth. And a couple of you were saying, to throw it out, though you would throw it out. Would you think I'm freaking crazy? Okay, yeah, don't answer that. Maybe I am. But you think I'm insane? That I'm definitely not. So, yeah. Would you throw it out if it sounded like this? Look how freaking amazing it sounds. Never freaking gonna throw this out. Just for a few crinkles? Who cares about a couple of centimeters? It'll iron out in time anyway, from the print roll. To be honest, I'm a little confused as to that belt. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't think this must be direct drive. It cannot be belt driven because it freaking says direct drive. So the belt was going to something else. Maybe it's a speed regulator. I don't know, something like this. Something which had a component next to it, a round disc which had a component next to it that looked like a transistor, which seemed to, detect the revolutions there. I mean, you saw it earlier on. So yeah, I'm not sure. For some reason there was wow and flutter, and for some reason now there's not. So, that's made me happy. I got my Onkyo cassette deck back again, and it's freaking amazing. I absolutely adore it. So, that's all for today, and I couldn't be happier. A success. So, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for the likes, the shares. Do leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my other videos, and do subscribe for more. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Also, do follow me on Twitter, on Flickr, and also on Facebook. I have a page, all linked in the description below. And also a big thank you to my patrons who always support me, and I really appreciate that. And also the friends who support me otherwise. So, thank you so much. For now, I will say adios. Bye. Yerba mate.